Welcome to Side Roads. I'm Carlos, and this is a 2025 Nissan Sentra, but with a manual transmission. It's a good bag. The car for this video has been kindly provided by the team at Covered Nissan. The 2025 Nissan Sentra sedan, which is the only way that you can get a Sentra, by the way, in a sedan version. This one is special and almost unique because we are driving today the one that comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. That in today's world, again, pretty special and pretty unique because most of the offerings, if not all of them, in the compact sedan class come in automatic. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The Sentra comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque. And again, it's paired in this case with a 6-speed manual transmission, but you can have it too with a CVT transmission. The Sentra is offered only in front-wheel drive form. And by the way, this 6-speed manual is only available in Canada. Sorry to my friends from the US, but in the US you can only get it on a CVT. So the Sentra competes with cars, famous and very established cars, which by the way, the Sentra has been in the market for years. It's a very good product from Nissan, and this latest version is really sleek. The design is really cool. It's really spacious inside, and there is a lot of value here. The prices are very competitive. So offers everything, or almost everything, if not everything that others offers, but there is a value proposition which you should check when shopping on this compact sedan segment. So it competes with cars like the Toyota Corolla, the Honda Civic, the Hyundai Elantra, and the Mazda 3, just to mention a few. But none of those comes with a manual transmission. So you can get a Civic Si with a manual transmission, but that's more power and a special version. We are driving, let's say, the base or regular version, so I don't think it's fair. The Volkswagen Jetta also comes with manual on the GLI version, which is also the sporty version, so it has more power. The Civic Si and the GLI will compete against each other. I don't think this competes with that, except for the manual, but it's less power, it's different. And then the Mazda 3 comes with a manual, but only on the hatchback model, or the Sport, I believe they call it in the US. So again, not fair. So we have to compare this with something. If we go with the manual only, it will be nobody else, at least in the regular version. And if we compare with sedans, well, those what we already talked about. The Sentra fuel efficiency is 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers city and 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers highway. I could not find the US consumption or the miles per gallon. If by the time I finish editing this video I found it, you will see in the screen. If not, please forgive me. Price for the Sentra starts in Canada around 26,000 Canadian dollars. The top trim goes to around 33,000 Canadian dollars. The model that I'm driving is the SR manual transmission for Canada only, and that price is 31,000 Canadian dollars or around. In the US, the Sentra starts around 21,000 US dollars, and the top trim comes around 24,000 US dollars. And those prices, as I said, are very, very competitive, especially on the SR, and the top trims are lower than sometimes the entry level on the other sedans. And I really like this car. It's very competitive in power and in size and space and everything. Like, truly, you cannot pass on test driving a Sentra when shopping around on this segment, because you will hurt yourself. You have to try it because you may choose this one. There are so many cool elements here. The 2025 Nissan Sentra interior, it is nice in here. Again, nothing short of anything else that you can find in the market. So the materials in the dashboard are soft, and there is this contrast stitching here. The top here is hard, but that's something that you would never reach or touch, and have this carbon fiber looking extra trim here, which makes it look a little bit special. The doors are all soft, and this middle part is super nice materials and soft as well. The support points or touch points are padded and comfortable, and you know, you can drive in a comfortable way with these two supports here because of the position and the layout. That's good. It comes with a leather wrap steering wheel, and it's heated. The seats have this sport fabric seating, that something like that Nissan described, and have two different textures here, and there is this orange contrast stitching with this design here. They look really nice, and as I said, they are super comfortable. You can see this contrast stitching in orange too, in the dashboard and the doors and the steering wheel and in the shifter. So it adds a little, without being in your face and without being all black, you know, it adds a little. There is a little bit of piano black here and there, but it's not necessarily in high traffic areas, so adds dimension to the cabin too. Here around the shifter, that make it a little bit more dirty, but it's a small area anyway. There's a small cubby here. There are two cup holders, and the center console is deep and big enough for the class, I will say, and the glove box, it looks pretty big to me. As you know, this is a 6-speed manual transmission, so it's a manual shifter, and because of the manual shifter, we have a regular handbrake. The CVT will come with a different layout in the center console and an electronic parking brake. There is a small sunroof here for you as well. Then the vents have this, I don't know, turbines looking thing. They are round and there are three, so it is different. It is nice looking. They are easy to operate. I like how this looks. It makes the interior look a little bit nicer and different. The air conditioning is dual zone for the passenger and the driver, and the knobs are nice and big and nicely designed, and there are these buttons for the air conditioning here. The seats are heated as well. The gauge cluster is a combination of analog and digital. It's digital in the center, and you can configure that to show whatever you want to see of the car and give you all the information about the car, and all the messages from the car is really cool. And Nissan has a really good design on here. It has a lot of info and a lot of way of using it. It's pretty cool. I drove a Nissan for 5 days, and the screen was telling me everything about the car. I really appreciate that. And the analog gauges are nice and crisp and clear and big. I like this design and I like this layout. The infotainment screen is an 8 inches and is touchscreen and it's colored and it's nice. It seems responsive enough. The icons are big enough. So this is good. This works fine and it's appropriate for the class and competitive. It's also sitting high on the dashboard, so you're driving and looking at the screen. You will not have to take your eyes too far from the road. So all that is good here. I fit behind myself based on my driving position, and I have plenty of space from my legs. It's okay on the height, and there is a center armrest there. And the trunk, I don't have the figures, but it's huge. To my eyes, it's huge, so I'm sure it's going to be perfectly usable and practical. I like this interior. I've seen other compact sedans in the market, and this has nothing to envy or to be ashamed when comparing to others. In fact, this could be, you know, one of the better looking ones. So this is a good interior. So how is to drive the 2025 Nissan Sentra with a manual transmission? And by the way, we are driving the SR model, which is a top trim, but you can have it too on the base model, which I believe is the S1 in Canada. So not only they are giving you a manual, they are giving you options. Other brands only offer in one trim. So, and you know, different segment type of things, so more power or sporty or whatever. So it's really nice in here. The clutch is really soft, so nobody will get tired of driving a Sentra ever. That's good. The shifter is pretty cool. I mean, it's high enough on the dashboard because of the design, so it's in your hand all the time when resting your elbow in the center console here. And the shifting is pretty good. It's precise enough, it's short enough. I like it. I have no complaint for a daily driving car. This is good. Yeah, I like this. I have driven and owned plenty of manual cars in my life, and I can tell you this one is fine. There is nothing weird going on this shifter and transmission, and the gears are kind of short and kind of comfortable. That's what I think it is. Maybe not the most sporty setting out there. I don't think that's what this is trying to be, although this SR looks amazing. By the way, it's a really cool looking car, and this one have the black roof, so it's cool. But this one is just, yeah, this is nice. It's really soft too, so the whole thing makes it feel really comfortable. And sorry, let's save the manuals. I love manual transmission, so I'm having a blast with it. I didn't even know this car existed, so I'm pretty happy, and I think everybody should, because it's cool to have this type of cars still around. Here in Canada, I'm sure this will sell a lot in Quebec, but you know, there is still plenty of people that like manuals, and also the price is a little bit better, not a lot, but you know, there's a small advantage there. It's cool. The seats are really, really comfortable. The steering is super direct. As soon as you touch it, the car reacts to it, so it feels sporty and responsive. I like that. The suspension is really compliant as well. It feels really planted, this car. I don't think this car is trying to win any races or be the most sporty car out there, but I'm sorry, the more I drive sedans, which I've driven the Mazda 3 for the channel already, the turbo version, that's different than this, the more I miss them, and the more I like them. You know, when I was younger, the SUVs was top of the class premium type of thing. So everybody used to have cars and sedans and hatchback, and I'm from Latin America, so obviously that too on the prices. But I miss this driving dynamics. I miss how the car is low to the ground and how easy to drive and how nicely responds to the inputs, and how it sticks to the road, and how there's not a lot of leaning, and the mass is better proportion because it's closer to the ground. The whole thing makes you feel so safe and makes you want to have some fun, and it's just I'm liking. I think my next car is going to be a sedan because I really miss this sensation, this driving dynamics that you can only get in a sedan or a lower car, station wagon, whatever that is not an SUV, I guess. So it is cool. The visibility is great. The windows are big. The mirrors, side mirrors are big. The back window is big. The C-pillar is pretty slim, and you have, blind spot monitoring. Visibility is great. This is a pretty easy car to drive. The size is great too. Of course, it's a compact sedan. They have grown and grown with the years, but I think it's a good size. Right now, it's what it used to be a mid-size sedan, the smaller one now. So it's like the best of all worlds. Not too big, not too small. It's comfortable. It's nice. Acceleration, of course, is super quick because it's a manual transmission, and typically the gas pedals is calibrated for the whole manual driving. So I like that. It's pretty quick and react fast, and it's immediate because of the manual setup here. I like that too. The cabin is pretty quiet. I will say average. It's okay. For the class and for what it is. It's closer to the ground, so sometimes the noise from the road could be a little bit louder, but it's okay. And if you have your music, anybody will be perfectly fine in here. So the driving dynamics, as I was saying, just because it is a sedan, it helps a lot, right? But this one feels, again, a little bit sporty. I don't think it's trying too hard to be, but it's very well calibrated, and it's because of the manual. Again, I feel like I'm in a race car, and this is far from it, but it's just because the manual and the low and the look of this car that makes you already feel like you want to drive it, and then you are going slow, but you feel that you are going faster. I like it, and I think the car is responding very well. I think the suspension is comfortable but not floaty, and is compliant, and as I said, the steering reacts pretty quick. So the whole package makes the car feel a little bit sporty, and it's like it's asking you to push it a little bit harder, and I like that too, because you can chill in this car, but if you want a little bit more from it, you can have it. So you don't have to break the bank. You don't have to spend all your money to get something that will be satisfying to drive, pretty good looking, good on gas, good on price, good in features, and still have a little bit of fun. So points for Nissan all the way. Great car. If I have to describe the 2025 Nissan Sentra in one word, that will be value. And this one has this extra added unique feature of offering a manual transmission.